And we're back with another episode of the Lakers Fast Break Podcast. The light is on. It's Gerald Glassford. Come right back at you here from Lakers Fast Break. Pop Culture Cosmos, where we cover the latest news and trends in pop culture each and every week, twice a week, wherever you get your podcast. I gave you guys out there at the Lakers Fast Break YouTube channel a special treat. You got to see our latest Pop Culture Cosmos, where Josh and I covered the tragedy known as the Snow White disaster at the box office. We also talk Apple TV Plus's next hit after Severance, which is The Studio with Seth Rogen. We also talk about the Switch 2, video games, and more. Go ahead and check it out today, the Pop Culture Cosmos, on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts. John Costa's here. He is Clutch Talk and Lakers Corner, and he will be one of the two debaters we will have later in the show. Yes, we will have it. Ding, ding, ding. Round two will be
Joe's already hiding. Can't even believe
Joe's
it.
already hiding. Yes, Joe is already hiding indeed, but I have a feeling he'll be here. But go ahead and check out and like and subscribe today. John Costa's Clutch Talk and Lakers Corner, plus also all the social media he has out there on Lakers Corner as well. Don't forget the Lakerholics crew. They're happy because the Lakers won tonight. Lakerholics.com. Hopefully we can get these guys all together for a show this weekend, but you know, it's these guys. Find out what I mean by these guys at Lakerholics.com. Our good friend Stone Hansen, big shout out to him covering the NBA draft. Alfred Esmond covering baseball out there for you guys out there. And also the Legend 350 who stopped on by. Awesome guy that he is. Don't ever ask me, John, to kick out Legend. Legend is awesome.
No, I never asked to kick him out. I was just like, damn, Legend, you be out here at all the Lakers streams. You're a Warriors fan? What is that?
Well, that just tells you how bad the Warriors chats are. So there you go.
Hey, there you go. Or how great Lakers Fast Break is.
There you go. Absolutely indeed. So go ahead and support Legend 350 on his great channel. I got
Joe. Where you at, Joe? Don't just be in the chat, Joe. Bring your little scary ass to stage, Joe. Come on.
Yeah, there you go. Indeed. Yeah, absolutely, Joe. The challenge has been thrown down. All right. The gauntlet's there. All right. Will Joe answer the call? We'll find out here, hopefully, in just a few minutes. But also, as well, of course, don't forget Empire Jeff TV, who's going to cover the Lakers and the Dodgers. And the Dodgers on playback are still there. If you want to split screen it, it is, of course, playback.tv/the Joe Soro Experiment. Big shout out to Sports Baby and Xbox who run that channel along with Joe. Dodgers lead in the ninth, 6-1. So go ahead if you want to check the action there. It's at the Joe Soro Experiment on playback. Also, as well, of course, don't forget to like and subscribe with us. It really helps out the channel. Plus, if you want to become a member today for just $2.99 a month on YouTube, go ahead and hit us up. It is greatly appreciated as well. So the Lakers come into today needing a crucial victory against the Rockets, who were in town coming off a huge win last night. All the momentum on their side, riding high, second place in the Western Conference. And more importantly for the Lakers, they were 3 games ahead in the loss column heading on to tonight's game as they hit the court at the Crypt. The Lakers, it was back and forth. It was a tough battle. It was a playoff-like atmosphere tonight. And I'll tell you what, back and forth, Houston taking an earlier advantage, Lakers coming back, seemingly couldn't be put away. Then the fourth quarter, a seesaw battle back and forth, saw the Lakers get a slight edge based off the great play off their bench. Big shout out to Dorian Finney-Smith and Gabe Vincent, who provided 40 points tonight off the bench. When Luka Doncic only gave you 20 on a poor shooting night for him, Austin Reeves also 12. And LeBron James, who even John admitted today, for most of the game, outside of the tremendous block he had late in the game, really did not give much effort getting back on defense at all. And we're going to call it like we see it there. Even John, who's going to argue for LeBron later, will argue with you on his effort for most of the game tonight. He got away with a lot as far as not hustling back, got a lot of of, I guess, turnovers, you should say, when Houston had the advantage with him not hustling back. They got away with a lot, but you know what? You need a little luck every now and then as the Lakers do hold off the Houston Rockets 104 to 98. Absolutely a much needed victory for the Lakers today. And the Lakers pull within 2 games of the loss column of the Houston Rockets in the Western Conference standings. Here today to go ahead and discuss today's game. Good man indeed. He is one half of the debate we're going to go ahead and have. And if you guys wait just a moment, I'm going to put a poll up so you can vote on it too. LeBron or MJ. Good man indeed. He is the mastermind behind Clutch Talk and Lakers Corner. It is, of course, one half of the debaters. And I'm telling you, where's Joe? I can't find Joe.
Hiding.
Joe.
He knows. He's like, oh shit. He's like, oh fuck, it's actually time now. Let me run away.
Yes, it is. It is, of course, John Costa. John, great to have you here. Before we get into your debate, because I have a feeling Joe Soro will be here soon
Sure
enough.
hope so for all that smack he was talking.
Your thoughts on today's game? I really thought the Lakers got away with it because of subpar games from basically their big three. Austin gave you a subpar game. Defensively, they were working hard on defense. I will give them that. But Austin and Luca, who Nick, Lloyd and Nick T, some others, and rightly so, they usually get them on their defense. Today, they provide a lot better defense, but didn't give you the offense that we really needed. LeBron James, again, several times he gave up on plays and didn't hustle back on defense, and he got away with it on almost every occasion. Man, this was a way the Lakers looked like the tired team, but they got away with the victory tonight, John.
Man, we got away with the victory tonight, and thank God for Dorian Finney-Smith. Thank God for Gabe Vincent and their shooting, but also at the same time, thank God for that late game block by LeBron James that we all got to give him, give him credit for. If in the same way that I get on him when he needs to be get on, and he's not doing what he needs to be doing, but at the same time, we need to give love and give praise when praise is needed to be given, and that game-winning block was huge for us. But to Rodell's comment, and Rodell said LeBron like 40 tonight. Rodell, I have never agreed with you more than than this. Like, he absolutely looked 40 and looked like disinterested in the game, didn't care about getting back on defense. Legitimately, we were watching on playback. There was a couple of times when I believe like Gabe Vincent threw a like outlet pass to Bron, turnover, and then you can literally see on the camera, bro is walking back. The camera beats him, and LeBron is still not back. This guy shut up, man. So to me, it's like, look, LeBron, if you don't want to play, or because you're disinterested, you're tired, whatever it is, that's fine. That's fine. But and then give that roster, and we're not gonna say that roster spot, but give up that spot to somebody who is gonna play hard, who is gonna get back on defense. Because yes, granted, it's LeBron James and he's great and all, but you can only be as great as effort that you're giving. And
in about a half hour, you have to defend him. That's the tough part.
No, I know, but I'm not defending him on this game. I'm defending his entire career. That's the thing. And I have stats and facts, right? Like, I don't just have like, oh, I saw it. So I'm not gonna, defend him for this game, right? For the lack of energy. I'm gonna give him his credit for the game-winning block, coming in on the help side, huge. But at the end of the day, for the debate, we're looking at the totality of his career. If we were debating this game, I'd be like, hands up, don't shoot, Joe, because I have nothing to debate here on this game. But we're debating the totality of his career. But to talk about Gabe Vincent, man, my dog Mark is always like, I hate his every time you say you hate his face, he starts going off, man. He starts going off. But I'm gonna let Joe speak on the game so that we can go ahead and just get here to this debate. Because I'm ready for that. I'm ready for that. And Miami Heat Network, you damn right. Jordan could never, because he wasn't even playing at the age of 40. he was dropping off drastically in his last year, actually.
Well, we do want to cover the game a little bit before we get into that,
Yeah,
guys.
yeah, no,
So,
absolutely. I'm
yes,
saying that's why Joe could go
yes.
ahead and go speak on the
Drastically,
game.
yeah. Even at what he actually was 39, wasn't he?
Yeah, and he was averaging 20 points per game, which LeBron
Yeah, and
James at the
playing
age of
82
39.
games and playing
Oh, but
all
LeBron
82.
James. Oh, did he really play all
Yeah, and
82?
played 82. Yeah,
Oh, right. But LeBron
played all
uh,
82.
put up better points. Put up better points at the age of
Played all
39.
82.
Still okay.
Didn't
That's all
didn't
you
take
have.
a vacation. Didn't take a
That's all you
vacation for
have.
3.5 quarters
That's
every
all
other
you have.
game.
That's all. Hey, that's all you have. Look, numbers don't lie, brother. The numbers are better at
Different
LeBron
game,
James at
different
39.
game, different era. But as far as skill
Yeah, you're
sets,
damn right.
when it matters, I'm gonna take you to high school, college, and
You're
masters.
awesome.
I'm gonna take you to all types of school, brother.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
All right.
Yeah,
Thank
go ahead
you,
and talk from the
Hernan.
game.
Truly appreciate it. I wanted to go ahead and mention again, it is the Lakers winning tonight,
You're awesome.
104-98. Thank you so much for giving out. I think it's at Raphael that's giving out more subscriptions. Truly appreciate you doing so. Once again, the Lakers do get the victory
You're
tonight.
awesome.
With this victory, the Lakers now go ahead and they are still in fourth place in the Western Conference, but they move one game closer to the
You're
Houston Rockets
awesome.
in the Western Conference. Here today to go ahead and discuss today's game. Truly appreciate him stopping on by. It is, of course, the man that owns his own company called
You're
Sinblades,
awesome.
Sinblades with a Y.com. Also, as well, of course, his game that you got to go ahead and check out on Steam right now, Corrupt, Coreupt. And then, of course, his YouTube channel. You got to stop on by. Please like and subscribe. It is the Joe Soro Experiment, which you could also find on Playback. It is Joe Soro. Joe, my friend, great to have you here. You made some great points down the stretch as far as this game is concerned, the lack of execution, because for a second there, I kind of think it was falling into that same trap we fell into Chicago. But the Lakers, because I think partly also as well, because Houston has so much youth on that team, they haven't really gone through as much winning time as needed as of yet. Maybe that helped, but I'll tell you what, a tired Lakers team, they mustered their way through. They played good collective defense together for virtually the entire game. And I'll tell you what, it was just impressive to see everything as far as how it worked out for the team as well. So I tell you what, I am so happy about the win tonight. 104-98. I think I lost Joe here, so hopefully we'll get him back here soon. Also, John Costa, he went to go ahead and get something checked. So, all right, Joe's coming back now. So, Joe, your thoughts on tonight's game? Again, we were kind of concerned because LeBron looked really old. Luka, his shot was off. Austin did not look like a 20-point game player tonight. But on the defensive side, once they were in the half court, their half court defense and the play by DFS and Gabe Vincent, that's what got the job done tonight.
I have another theory on what happened tonight, and it might have played out this way without me thinking this, but it looked like the Lakers were focused on defense all night. It makes sense considering they held Houston to 98 points. And if that was the case, if that was what their focus was on, then it makes sense why there wasn't too many rhythmic type offensive sets with Luka and LeBron or AR. I think their focus was to stifle this young kind of. Houston was playing really good. Has been playing really good basketball the last few weeks, and the game plan looks like, I haven't had a chance to see post. Obviously, I'd have to go and look, but about what JJ Redick's plan was before the game. But if you look at the Houston Rocket team, they were averaging 114 a game. This wasn't a team that was not notorious for scoring a good amount of points. 114 is a pretty substantial amount per game. I know it's not like the Nuggets or the Oklahoma City Thunder, and maybe even the Grizzlies, but 114 is it's decent with the kind of talent that they have. And they were able to pretty much keep them uncomfortable for 4 quarters, and that took out a lot of energy. And what was great is they had two role players that came in and had almost identical stats. That's Dorian Finney-Smith and Gabe Vincent. Gabe Vincent and DFS each had 20 points, each made 6 field goals, and made 6 3-point shots. So essentially, every shot they made was a 3-pointer, and they had identical makes. That's 40 points coming from players that don't normally do that. DFS is a very good player. I've been touting him since he's come to the Lakers. Gabe Vincent has been an asset this year, much bigger asset compared to what he was last year when he was injured. And it took him a little bit to get into the rhythm of NBA basketball again this year, and he's become a very, very integral part of the rotation and a big shot maker. He's been making a lot of these important shots. So Austin, being someone who's not necessarily known for his defense, LeBron being where he is in his career, not known for his defense, and Luka not being known for his defense, it looked like they tried to clamp down a little bit more tonight, and that took out, I think, a lot of their energy. You could always tell the energy is low when they front rim the shots. That's something that happens, and it's very clear that a lot of these guys, especially Luka gets that front rim miss frequently. Sometimes he'll even have it early on in the game. But as far as LeBron was concerned, I really believe that he actually saved himself for the end. The execution and the inbounds is still something they have to absolutely figure out what the hell they're going to do. I don't know why it's so hard for them to get the ball in the damn. I don't get it. I just don't get it. They can't get that ball in comfortably. They need to start figuring that out before the playoffs start. Otherwise, somebody's gonna they're gonna use that, and they're not gonna just use it at the end of games. You can steal a couple of possessions doing stuff like that. But overall, not a fluid game. I was thinking I didn't like the rhythm of the game at the beginning of the first half. But then I said, okay, it looks like they're going to probably just continue to play defense the way they are. If that's the case, then just keep doing what you're doing. I trust Luka to hit more shots than Van Fleet. I trust LeBron to make a dive to the basket more than I do Amin Thompson. So, if you guys want to keep it close and then extend it at the end, we used to see that a lot back in the day. I'll roll with it as long as it's a W, and that's what happened tonight.
Let me ask you this again, LeBron. When he was there in the half-court defense, in fact, him, Austin, and also Luka, those three guys, they bunched up. They played collectively very good half-court defense, along with DFS. Gabe, give a shout out to Jackson Hayes, etc. Everybody who participated for more than 4 or 5 minutes, i.e. Dalton Connect, did play really solid on the defensive end together. But, could that have really affected LeBron? Because, no joker, we actually noticed it several times during the game where LeBron, on a turnover or a missed shot, just was not hustling back. Even if he was at the half court, he was not hustling back. It looked like it was fatigue. This looked like a game where he just wasn't getting the ups. We talked about old LeBron before, as far as having those old LeBron games from time to time, not being able to finish the rim, etc. But yet, each and every time he didn't hustle back on D, they were able to get away with it, Joe, because Houston did not capitalize on those man advantages. Your thoughts on that? I mean, absolutely. We cannot have this in the playoffs because you don't know. It's like playing with fire when that happens, but LeBron is working so hard on that defensive end. Same with Luka and Austin tonight. They worked so hard on defensive end. I really think it affected their offensive game.
This might. I'm just assuming this is what happened. I'm not sure 100%. I have to go watch the game a little bit because I was watching 2 games at the same time, so I wasn't able to kind of focus on the integrals of the movement of the defense. Really, I did pay attention to a few plays here and there where I was just focused on the Laker game, when there was a commercial break for the Dodger game. But it makes sense that they did somewhat have a plan to focus on defense tonight than to exert all their energy on offense. They only scored 104 points because of it. So that, to me, made me feel like that was a part of that process. They're not going to kill themselves to try to make dives to the basket, or you notice that Reeves wasn't doing his shuffle. I call it the shuffling into the paint and getting contact and either getting a score in an N1 or getting a score. He wasn't doing that. Wasn't exerting all that energy there. He was focusing on defense. If you play the Houston Rockets, it's going to be a mutter. Might as well start getting used to it now, because there's a big chance that they're going to end up playing these guys. If they get the 3rd seed, I don't know if they're going to get to the 2nd unless they win the rest of their games. But they have a very good chance of getting the 3rd due to the fact that if they tie Denver, they own the tiebreaker, because the Lakers are likely going to win the division. So they would get the 3rd seed. If Houston beats, let's say, either Golden State or the Clippers from the 2 to 7 seed, that's a hell of a matchup for us in terms of being a Laker fan. I think playing Houston in the second round is a good chance for the Lakers to win that series. Young teams don't perform well in the playoffs typically, and the Lakers, although are a young team, there's 3 bona fide vets that have control over the game, which is LeBron, Luka, and Austin Reeves. So I have all my bets, barring any injuries, going the Lakers' way. Should they win their first round matchup, probably somebody, again, either the Clippers or Golden State, whoever gets that 6th seed, and then playing Houston. My hope is they play the Clippers because I want them to not travel. And then they play Houston in the second round. There's a very good chance that the Lakers will end up in the Western Conference Finals to probably battle Oklahoma City.
You know, I want to talk about James Hex's comments here in the chat. He said that Lakers are going to get cooked in the playoffs. None of these wins are sustainable basketball. And kind of to Joe's point, and something that we've been saying here a lot is Luka and LeBron, they know how to control the game. And in the playoffs, the game slows down a lot more, becomes a lot more of a half-court game, and it becomes about winning possessions and winning the matchup. And Luka and LeBron essentially going to kind of win every single matchup, to be honest with you. Not the LeBron tonight. And please, everyone, don't be a prisoner of the moment and realize that this is not LeBron James. Like, this was a bad game from LeBron James because he's 40 years old and those will come and go sometime. But to me, I really don't believe the Lakers will get cooked in the playoffs. I believe we won't be able to go as far as we want to go because we still need that center. We have a lot of inconsistencies. But to me, the only team that I believe, we would get cooked by in the playoffs would actually be OKC, to be honest with you. Every other team, I feel awfully good about, to be honest with you. So that's just to James Hex's comment. But I appreciate you being here, brother, and hope you enjoying this win. And also to someone who responded to his comment and said a win is a win and a win is a win. And also, I don't know what poll is up, but just letting you guys know, the poll that matters is the poll after the debate. Because how do you guys?
The poll that John will be sitting on at the end of the night.
No.
I'll rerun it again, but right now
ahead,
it's a definitive Michael Jordan 64%, LeBron James 36%.
Yeah,
I will run it again as per your request. I'll rerun it.
Oh, we got to run it again now so he can feel better about himself?
No. It's because after I tell you the facts that you don't know about, and
what facts?
Looks like whatever 60% of the chat doesn't know about either. But stats, brother. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't.
High percentage execution in big games is my argument.
Numbers don't.
Men lie. High.
Men lie.
High men what?
Women lie.
I'm not a woman.
Numbers don't.
I don't lie,
men
by the way.
lie. Women
all right,
lie.
well, let's
numbers don't.
But for now,
I don't lie. I don't need to lie.
James Hex is going to get cooked too.
Guys, not yet. It is.
So speaking of James Hex, I want to respond to this real quick. So James Hex thinks that the Lakers are going to get cooked in the playoffs. By the way, you guys can't have it both ways, especially you, Mr. Costa. Stop saying he's 40 years old when he's doing well, and then 40 years old when he's not doing well.
Whoa,
Which one is it?
hold on. No. I'm not even gonna let you continue that fucking
Don't mean
sentence, Joe, because
me.
No. I'm gonna no you.
No me.
Fuck no, Joe. I'm not letting you continue that sentence.
I'm
because
gonna tell you.
I am the number one person that I give LeBron his credit when he needs his credit, but I also get on him when he needs to be gotten.
Just remember
So
next time, because I remember everything.
That sense. Yeah, no, you don't, because I literally
don't
just
ever
in the
mess
game,
with me, buddy.
You clearly don't, because just in the game, I was absolutely getting on LeBron James, and I gave him his credit when he got the game-winning block, but I got on him. So no, you can't do that, Joe.
Anyways,
you need to
let me get back to
you need
Mr.
to remember
Hex. Getting cooked in the playoffs. The only team that's going to cook the Lakers, I'm talking, if you mean it descriptively, as you said it, cooked, meaning beating them like the Denver Nuggets beat them in the last couple of years. They're going to have to keep the Lakers mentally fatigued in the end, because the end is really where they have their problem. But I think what's going to be available in this Western Conference playoff run is you do have Oklahoma City who's playing well, and they very well could beat the Lakers, but I don't think they're there yet to smoke the Lakers. It'll be a battle if the Lakers get that far. Maybe the Celtics, but see, the thing is with the Celtics, if they don't make shots, they come back down to earth too. So it's got to be one of those things where you're locked in, and then at that point, yes. But I don't see any of these teams that are playing this year that have that locked in type thing right now. I just don't see it. Cleveland Cavaliers have the sticks up front, the big sticks up front. That could be a major problem. But that was, we played Cleveland before Luka came, so that might be something that they can kind of hedge a little bit better. But it's a crapshoot at this point because injuries could play a factor in things. We saw Durant's ankle turn into Swiss cheese last night. If that happens to someone, and we saw a little bit of it from Jason Tatum. So we have to always worry about these injuries. Plus, these guys are soft as tissue that just got dumped in the water. So I don't know how it's going to play out in the end. But all things considered, in terms of injuries not being there, I just don't think there's any team in the West, or even Boston or Cleveland, that will smoke the Lakers. I think they do have something here, and having LeBron and Luka in those moments, it's not just LeBron now, it's Luka and LeBron, and Luka turns the volume up in the playoffs. So just remember that his numbers go up in the playoffs.
Yes, game slows down. Remember that, guys. You're on mute, Gerald. Oh, I can't hear you.
It's kind of nice not hearing.
There you go. Yeah, well, you guys have to blab on for so long, because you're going to be doing that later.
Enjoyed it, Gerald. I think you should do that all the time.
Shut up, Joe. What? I could easily mute you just the same. 104-98, right there for you for the Lakers. And there, 104-98 for the Los Angeles Lakers. It is, of course, John Costa. No Joe Soro tonight. Shame he's not here. John, let me get it back to you. When it comes right down to it, the Lakers eating the day. Oh, what's wrong, Joe? What'd you say?
Oh man.
What did you say, Joe? What?
That's all you got.
That's
I control it too.
This is actually hilarious.
Okay. All right. Anyways, Joe, let me talk to John here about the bench, because you got 40 crucial points for the bench tonight and 50% shooting, as has been noted by our audience. I understand that you're not going to get that every game. I mean, that's part of the reason why DFS is still kind of perplexing, because of all the promise he shows and all the things he can do out there in the court. He still only gives you around 10 points a game. Things that I stated at the time we traded for all the things that we see and all things that we'd like to see about him and all things that he can do. There are games that he just literally just disappears and takes off as well. But today you got a prime DFS performance. You got him playing well on the defensive end. You got him getting into Steven Adams' face, which I actually would not recommend to people. That was kind of Okay. All right. There you go. But also Gabe Vincent chipping in with 20 as well and playing pretty good defense on his own. Your thoughts on when you have this kind of bench output, how much better it actually that's what saved the day. When Luka, LeBron, and Austin don't get it done on the offensive end, you think you're cooked. I mean, the previous game, 85 points together. Today, I think was closer to 48. And usually, if Luka, LeBron, and Austin are getting you 48, you are going to be cooked. But the bench showed up today and made up the difference, John.
Next man up mentality, man, and that makes a big difference. Like that changes literally everything because when you have a LeBron James stinker like this, you usually are holding on to a L. And for us, like this is a really important game. We're facing the Rockets. We're sitting at that number 2 seed. This is a in conference game, so this was a big game. But to get Dorian Finney-Smith and Gabe Vincent to show up like that, man, that's just a definition of next man up. They played their role amazingly, and that's one thing that like you love to see from role players, right? Because in the game of basketball, when you see the ball go through that hoop, you get so much confidence. Like you just want to come down next time court, go twing, 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 step back, or just some crazy shit, right? But still, Gabe Vincent and Dorian Finney-Smith, if you look at almost all their buckets, go back and watch it. It was within the system. It was within their role. It was a Dorian Finney-Smith pick and roll with Luka, and then the defense doubles Luka. Dorian Finney-Smith fades out to the 3, boom, hidden. Or Gabe Vincent sit in that corner. Luka drives, the defense crashes, Luka kicks out, boom, staying in the corner. They didn't do too much. They played their role, and I mean, what Joe was saying earlier, they had a very similar game. Gabe Vincent 6 of 13, Dorian Finney-Smith 6 of 8, 6 of 11, and that's from the 3-point line. God damn, they took as a lot of threes. That's actually insane. I would challenge you to find another game where Dorian Finney-Smith takes 11 threes. But hey, he hit 6 of them, shooting 54%. So that's great. So hey, man, next man up mentality. We got it done. Also, I do think that somebody is going under the radar, and if our guy Lakers all day was here, he would not let it go under the radar. But Austin Reeves, I think he had good spurts in the game, but as an overall game, I don't think he had that great of a game.
He just had 12.
Yeah, he just had 12.
He played much harder on the defensive end, John. We and I know Nick T, Lloyd Avenue, others, they always are on the first thing, and rightly so, is Luka and Austin's defense. But today they brought it on the defense, but when they spend so much on energy on defense, it's like what happened, John, with that first round against Denver. Austin spent so much energy on the defensive end, slowing down Murray and giving him one of his worst playoff performances throughout an entire series, that you obviously see how it affects him on the offensive end, John.
Yeah, and I mean, I think he had a bad game today. No joker saying that Austin had the flu. I mean, he played like he had the flu. But at the end of the day, man, look, a win is a win, and if what we had to do is get the bench to give us 40 points, then shit, come on, bench, come on over, man. And then to Dalton Connect, man, I'm honestly at a loss, guys. Like I would love to sit down with JJ. You know what? He's a busy man. We don't got to sit down. Let's just quick phone call. JJ, I don't understand why you're playing him 3 minutes and 56 seconds. Like, what is going on, JJ? Like, not only could you use him in a situation like tonight when your 2 star players and LeBron and AR are having a really poor game, but also you could just use him even if they're having a good game. I mean, who was it in the playback? I think it might have been Mark in the playback was just talking about how great Dalton Connect would be, next to a Luka. Like all these Gabe Vincent threes. Yeah, I mean, Gabe Vincent 6 of 13 from 3-point line today. If I had to put my money on the line, who's going to go 6 of 13 again, Gabe Vincent or Dalton Connect? I'm putting my money on Dalton Connect if they both got the same amount of playing time. But because Dalton Connect, that's what he do. He specializes in being a 3-point shooter. So to me, I really am at a loss for words. Like I understand it's because of the defense. I did see this one clip one time where it looked like Dalton Connect didn't know, like he looked kind of lost within the scheme of the offense, like didn't know like where to go and play. And JJ called a timeout, and JJ was just ripping him a new one, kind of like what I'm gonna do to Joe in a little bit, just ripping him a new one, right? And then I just see Dalton Connect just like get taken out after that. And one thing I do know, from playing basketball all my life is that you could be as good as you want, brother. But if you don't know the offense at any high level basketball, you're going to get taken out this game fast because you're probably going to jank up something. You're probably going to ruin a play. So if it's that, then you know what? I guess, okay, JJ, but in a game like this, you don't lose anything putting Dalton Connect out there, man. So I'd love to have a conversation with JJ on that, to be honest with you. John,
Joe, you got that funny look, that kind of scary look on your face there. What's up?
Dalton is not a better all-around player at the moment than Gabe Vincent.
I'm talking about as a shooter. I said as a shooter.
I would say, sure, maybe, but it's better to take you have to roll with the guy that can actually switch.
I just think right now
you need someone that can actually know how to switch on defense, a guy that can veteran lead a little bit more than Dalton. Dalton just doesn't have the feel for the entire game yet. And Gabe Vincent making shots, he seems to find himself in the right spots that just give him really, really good wide open shots. That plays a huge factor in that player's ability to execute too. The fact that tonight I saw a lot of leak outs by Gabe where he was, there was nowhere anyone near him. And that's him also creating that, being in the right spot and understanding how the offense and how the distribution of the ball is kind of going in that moment. And Gabe has that. Gabe Vincent hitting 6 3-pointers is very important, more important than Dalton Connect hitting 6 3-pointers tonight because of the other side of the court. If Dalton Connect was making 6 threes tonight, he would have allowed 6 threes on the other side as well. And that's the issue with Dalton Connect. He will get it, though. He will get it. He's an athlete. It's his first year. He will eventually get it, and then that will be a huge asset for the Lakers unless they're able to trade him in the summer for someone that we won't miss him in that case because of how impactful that player is. Other than that, I have full confidence that he will get there, just not right now. Right now, I'm starting to see the closeout lineup for this team. It's going to be DFS. It's going to be Gabe Vincent, Luka, LeBron, and AR. So get ready. You're going to see a lot of DFS playing the big role. You can probably say at some point maybe LeBron might play the 5, although I'm not a big fan of that. But you're probably going to see DFS take over the 5 most of the time with Gabe Vincent playing the hybrid 2 or 3, which is really a 2, and then Austin playing 3, 4. LeBron at the 4, Luke obviously at the point. That's how that fluidity is going to be. And if Gabe and DFS are going to hit their shots at a 40% clip, I just don't see how this team isn't going to make some noise.
I'll just say this. Let me just say this real quick. It's a playoff.
I do remember, Nick. I do remember. I'm sorry. I do remember Gabe getting worked in the finals. Miami, much like Dallas last year, had no business in the finals, and the Denver Nuggets were on fire as well as Boston was on fire. There's no way Gabe is going to be able to handle 2 perimeter studs. It's just not going to, at that moment, wasn't going to work.
I just think they're in playoff rotations already. That's what JJ has already come down to it. As we're getting down to the final games of the season, JJ has already pretty much got it down to an 8.5, 9-man rotation, John. And I think DK is the odd man out.
Absolutely. But I want to understand why so many people in this chat has selective hearing, right? Like Sharon B said, you talk as if Dalton Connect is 12 points plus. He's not. Not only does he frequently have low scoring, but zero defense. I just said that. I literally just talked about his lack of awareness on the court, his lack of understanding the plays and understanding the offense, and his defense. I literally just talked about that. I just told you that's exactly why he is not getting playing time. But when I talk about a shooter, Dalton Connect is a shooter. And I was talking about within the scheme of how Luka creates shots for others, and that's driving and kicking. And Dalton Connect absolutely can be a great catch and shoot player in this league. And to Joe's point, I think coming, in the coming years, he'll get it. I think he'll get better on the defensive end. Because look, the thing is, like, defense is two different things. You can either be crazy fucking athletic, move your puppies hella fucking fast, and be have that dog in you, or you can just get to the fucking spot before they get to the spot. But for you to be able to get to the spot before they get to the spot, you know what you gotta have? You gotta have some IQ. You gotta know the game. You gotta understand the game. And no rookie is usually there. Any rookie that's probably been good at defense is just because they're overly athletic. They're not saying that there's no smart rookies, but most rookies that are really good on defensive end, it's because they're fast. It's because they can jump high. It's because they can do all these physical gifts. But with Dalton Connect, I think what he's gonna have to do is he's gonna have to learn the game. And for him to learn the game, you gotta go through it, brother. You gotta sit. You know what I'm saying? You gotta sit and you gotta be pissed on that bench, figure out what you gotta do, and then get better at it. But before we continue, I need to pee real quick. So go ahead and keep going. I'm just gonna go pee.
Joe, Robert Wheeler's standard question of the day: after watching the Lakers beat Houston tonight, if the Lakers beat up
what
against
is this
Houston,
guy, a chick? I gotta go pee. Just get the hell out of here and don't say anything. Anyways, go ahead.
I'm gonna let y'all know, Joe.
You sick bastard.
Joe, after watching the Lakers beat Houston tonight,
3 wags or you're playing with it.
If the Lakers
Sick
beat up
bastard.
against Houston in the playoffs, how comfortable would you feel about the Lakers winning that series? For Robert, it is extremely comfortable.
Very comfortable. I feel, should they play Golden State or the Clippers in the first round, I feel comfortable. Should they play Houston, I feel comfortable. When they start facing Oklahoma City and Cleveland or Boston in the finals, that's when you'll start to feel uncomfortable. The Lakers will need to click on a different button for those things. And my hope is that if Luka plays like he did last year, this time he has LeBron James instead of Kyrie Irving. And I feel a little bit more comfortable with LeBron James as the number 2 than Kyrie Irving, because Kyrie Irving looked like complete dog shit in the finals last year.
James Heck says Joe forgot the other part of the game slows down.
I already answered that too. Yeah, I already answered that a little bit. Yeah.
All right. Well,
I don't forget anything. I questioned why the Lakers got Gabe Vincent from the beginning, because I said this guy got cooked in the finals. Why would you want a guard that's going to get cooked by good perimeter defenders and scorers, which is what the Boston Celtics are? However, the Lakers are where they are, and at the same time, at that time, I didn't know we were going to get Luka Doncic, and that changed the game a little bit. And if you saw the game tonight, you saw a lot of wide open shots. A lot of wide open shots. That includes DFS. These guys had wide open shots all night. The team point guards, which is LeBron and Luka, made it very, very clear tonight that they were going to allow their teammates to make a difference tonight, so that they can probably preserve themselves to the other side of the court because of how athletic and fast Houston was and how they've been playing. So this was the result. I think it was a very good game that was coached by J.J. Redick. I think this was one of his best games.
Tufso's got a question. Love having Luka on the team, but why, when he drives the hoop, it looks like he has a short shot or layup in the order, he passes it out to someone through? That's what we've been saying for years. It's the mentality. It's what's being preached into these guys, the analytics, get the 3 instead of the 2. I hate it. I absolutely hate it, to give up these 1-foot shots. Luka does it. Austin does it. All these guards do it. LeBron does it. at times as well. It is just amazing how these players in the NBA as a whole, John, how they just continually just pass up the easy shot that's right there. Although the way LeBron was missing bunnies tonight, maybe that wasn't so bad. But normally, passing up the 1 foot shot, John, usually shouldn't make sense. But this is the new NBA where that happens all the time.
Yes. And Miami Heat Network, the debate will happen. We're just waiting here on Gerald whenever he wants to start it.
Gonna
But
start in a sec.
yeah,
I'll
no,
do
no,
a post game first, guys. Yeah, come on.
absolutely,
Post game.
absolutely. But I just want to let everybody know here. But to your point, Gerald, honestly, analytics has taken over the game. And, a lot of players talk about how analytics has kicked them out of the league. Analytics has also just changed the league. And JJ Redick is one of those guys that he understands the game, and he understands that the game is not black and white. And that's one thing I do like about JJ is you got to believe in analytics a little bit, because to my point that I said earlier, men lie, women lie, but numbers don't. But at the same time, when it comes to basketball, sometimes numbers are not always black and white. But JJ Redick does heavily believe in the theory. And I mean, if you look at last season, the theory proved to be true. The team that was getting up the most threes was winning the most games. So the thing that I think people get lost in, and the reason why this is a real copycat league, is like the team that was getting up the most threes won the championship, but also the team that was getting up the most threes had 3-point shooters, right? I think it's a struggle when teams try to copy other teams that found a concept that's worked, because not everybody has the same roster construction. And I think that that's exactly what it's come down to, Gerald. Like I've heard players on podcasts talk about how organizations came up to them and be like, yo, like, stop taking that mid-range, like that's a bad shot, don't take that shit no more. And like as a player, you're like, fuck, well, if you telling me that's a bad shot, and you my employer, you paying me, fuck it, let me just take a step back and shoot from out here. So I mean, that's what it's come down to. It's kind of frustrating when we pass up bunnies, because I'm personally a believer that like just getting a bucket is the most important thing, and that's what it comes down to a lot more in playoffs. It comes down to just getting that bucket on almost every possession. So I hope that Luke and LeBron will kind of see some of those easy looks that they get at the hoop, especially Luka, man, because a lot of times like he has a defender beat and then whips that bitch around all the way back to the top to a Dorian Finney-Smith or to a Gabe Vincent. And this game it's worked, but we really need to just get the easy bucket, honestly. But to answer your question, Gerald, analytics, man, changed the game.
Once again, it is the Lakers winning tonight, 104-98. They're fourth place in the Western Conference, but an important win for the Lakers as they inch closer to the Houston Rockets. Now they're only 2 games back in the loss column. Joe, time is running out for the Lakers. It is 75 games in, 7 games left, Joe. What do the Lakers need to do to, you said getting out of the fourth place position would probably be best for them so they could avoid OKC until the Western Conference Finals. What do they need to do to get it done? It looks like they need to go 6-1 in their final 7 games at the least before we get to your conversation that you guys out there want so much.
Well, let's look at the remaining games. You're looking at 3 more home games: Golden State, New Orleans, and Houston. Win those games. They've won 11 straight games against Western teams. 11 straight games at home against Western Conference opponents. In between there is 3 crucial games. This is probably going to be when you really understand where the Lakers are probably going to go in the end. There's going to be back-to-back games in Oklahoma. Not back-to-back nights, obviously. It's a day in between those games. And then they got to play Dallas in Dallas, which, regardless if those guys are teetering on being out of the playoff run, they're going to be playing that very, 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 very hard. And AD is going to be playing very, very hard. So that's going to be a very competitive game. and we'll have to see how the Lakers how they click into that one, because that's going to be must-see TV, being that AD hopefully will be there to play. And then the last game of the year is going to be in Portland. I would say there'll be playoff implications based off what I've seen so far. That game will be important to win to probably get a 3rd seed or a 4th seed. For them to get a 2 seed, I don't think they can lose more than one more game the rest of the way.
All right.
Because you have to look at it this way. So if they go 6-1, and one of those wins is against Houston again, that means Houston is going to lose 2 more games so that they can tie them. So is Houston going to lose 2 more games the rest of the way? I could say yeah. But the Lakers can't lose more than 1 to get the number 2. And you still have Denver there. They could go on a run. But you have the tiebreaker against them. And you're only a game behind them. So that's it. That's where this likely plays out.
Didn't Dallas lose tonight, Tuff, to Brooklyn? That's all I'll say on that one.
I heard AD.
What the fuck does that have to do with the Lakers?
No, he was just Tuff was commenting on how Gafford is going to be a great compliment to AD, and I'm like, didn't they lose to Brooklyn tonight?
Did I speak Swahili? Seriously, do I need to speak it in French? I don't know French though.
Spanish, do Spanish. They might understand that.
Dallas is going to play their asses off in Dallas. AD is going to play like a madman if he's healthy. You'll probably play on one leg in that game anyways. So pay attention. That's going to be a bitch of a game. That's not going to be an easy game. And that's right after 2 games against Oklahoma City. So, yeah, it's going to be tough. And, by the way, the last game of the year is in Portland. Now, since LeBron has been with the Lakers, he's handled Portland pretty well in Portland. But it's still in Portland, and those assholes always play their asses off when the Lakers are in town. So, yeah, there's a history in all this, and it's going to be tough. If they have to play like this, the way they did tonight, to preserve themselves for those games, so be it. Tonight's game is the kind of game that I like, that tells me a lot about your grit. They essentially said, we are going to rope-a-dope these motherfuckers all night, and then we'll hit them with a knockout punch in the end. That's exactly what they did. So be it. Adjust to the game. Adjust to the roster. You do this, you have a better chance at getting the seed that you need so that you can guide yourself to the really, really important, harder teams down in the Western Conference Finals playoffs. Because the Lakers don't have the depth. They don't have that. They don't have this. Construction is not set. They have to go with what they have now, but this is not the future team. This summer, they have a good chance at retooling and adding a couple players that will help this team balance itself out a little bit better so that they don't have to kill themselves every game.
And what did you know up next on the schedule? Game against the Golden State Warriors at home. And it's a back-to-back, Joe, with New Orleans. And funny thing, though, is CJ McCollum and Zion have now been benched for the rest of the season. So normally you would think cakewalk for the Lakers, but we've all seen in recent times how these cakewalk games are handled by the Lakers. Joe.
Soft ass
playing down
bitches
to their level.
All of them. LaMelo, I'm talking to your dumbass too. Seriously, every fucking March he takes the fucking last 2-3 weeks off. Fuck him. Fuck them all.
Fuck him.
Trash.
Fuck him.
So with that, it is of course the Lakers winning tonight. Again,
I would like to thank Michael Jordan for coming here and watching
and LeBron James.
Watch me wax poetic.
I was gonna say that.
Me wax poetic. We have a LeBron James too. Where's he?
I know. I was gonna say we have a LeBron and a Michael Jordan. That is so funny.
I'm gonna wax poetic all over John on this one. So you'll get a
I'm
chance
gonna
to say
wax
it.
So
you,
with
baby
that,
boy.
So with that, again, let me just wrap it up for our post game. It is, of
Oh,
course,
there he
the
is.
Lakers.
LeBron's here. Nice.
It's so funny, bro. And he's talking like he's
Oh
talking
man,
like he
it's so nice. It is so nice to have LeBron James and Michael here again. I want to just, I can't help it. I got it. It's congratulations. It's long away. It's
he
a
said,
long
John,
ovation.
be careful what you say. I will sue you if you don't.
Tell you what, it is the Lakers winning 104-98. They are tied
Has to be
1-1
him
of the
doing
season
both.
series against Houston. There is another game upcoming against Houston at home, and go ahead and get the tiebreaker on that. But for now, you guys have asked for it. You guys have wanted it now for weeks since their previous conversation, which is available now on a video. You can go ahead and check out after our post game here ends. It is round 2 of John Costa versus Joe Soro, LeBron versus MJ. Who is the greatest of all time? Because someone actually in the comments said you guys weren't talking about the GOAT just to top 10. No, we were talking the GOAT the whole time. This has gone on for weeks on end.
All right, let's get it.
There was the major blow up that these two had. Let me preface this by saying these two are friends in real life and will remain as such after this show ends. These two have respect for each other. Outside of this issue, they have a lot of respect for each other, and they will remain friends going forward. But with that, I'll start it off with the question out there. You guys, you saw the poll numbers, John?
Well, there's no point in putting up a poll after if I didn't even say what I had to say.
Well, I'm going to put up another poll here in a minute. I'll give it 5 minutes and I'll put up another poll.
Polls, man.
71 votes. Michael Jordan,
Stroking your polls all day.
56%. Shut up, Joe. LeBron James, 44. So 56-44 as of now. I'll put up another poll here in a minute.
Let's get it.
Now I will go ahead. You guys seem to go ahead and start this off on your own.
All right.
Who is the greatest of all time in the NBA, LeBron James or Michael Jordan?
So
John?
Stats.
Before I the nice screen, Gerald. Okay, Joe. So before I get into it, I'm gonna say this, right? So I have 5 points with a whole bunch of sub points. So if I'm gonna say this, I need you to actually pay attention. I need you to actually listen. And if
he's
you
busy
cannot
playing with the he's busy playing with the different looks.
Okay, listen. If you
he's
cannot,
a child.
Okay, listen, Joe. If you cannot disprove my facts and stats with actual facts and stats, then you lose. There's no
What are you making up the rules now?
No. I'm just saying because last time you just talked about opinions. Like opinions do not count here. It doesn't matter if you've seen him. It doesn't matter if you were 10 when he was alive.
Who said that you get to create the
This is a debate.
Here.
This is we're like in court. It's like being in court. We should have had Nick here. That's what we should have.
That's not going to work. Someone needs to have the burden of proof, but we're both doing that. There's no prosecution in the defense.
No.
This is just defense.
No. You need to.
You're defending your lame reason, and I'm defending my right reason.
Your lame reason. Okay, so look. So you have to have stats and facts.
All right, let me see your analytics.
Opinions don't count.
Go ahead. Do it.
Okay, here we go. And I'm gonna cook James Hex because he's a little cheerleader.
You're gonna cook in a microwave. That's where you're gonna cook.
I already cook.
You don't know how to cook.
So
MJ's in the chat as well. So
yes, MJ. Man, you're a great basketball player, but number 2. But let's talk about it though. Let's start. Joe, do you want me to give you 1 point at a time, or you want me to give you all 5? You got a rebuttal to all of them, or else you lose automatically.
Go ahead, throw it.
You want 1 at a time, or you want all 5?
I don't care. Do whatever you think is good.
Okay, so let's start with number 1, right? But please do listen here because I got many sub points. But the first, just like I said earlier, men lie, women lie, numbers don't. So let's look at all the numbers as an overall basketball player, okay? So we all understand that LeBron James surpasses Jordan in almost every category when you talk about stats, right?
Not true.
Oh,
Complete
okay,
lie. So you just said that men don't lie and you lied.
That's not true. That's LeBron surpasses Michael Jordan in almost every single.
The single.
See, we're not gonna. There's no point in debating.
Michael
You're
is
gonna
the
cut me
single.
off. You're cutting me off again.
Points per game leader of all time. That's above Will Chamberlain, by the way, too.
You're cutting me off again.
So
Are you gonna let me go?
You're wrong there.
No. So we know that LeBron James has the most points in NBA history, 42,000 and counting.
Mhm.
Michael Jordan is 5th on that list with 32,292. Okay, so I already know what yours and James Hex and all the casuals in the chat are going to say. They're going to say, well, LeBron played for so much longer. First of all, those that you say that, when you say that, you know what that proves to me? You've never done anything athletic anytime in your life, because you know what it takes. Do you know the kind of work and kind of dedication it takes to be able to play?
You just pulled an opinion. I object.
Joe, let me finish my shit, bro.
You said no opinions, and you just pulled out an opinion.
I'm gonna cut you off when you go. I'm gonna cut you off when you
-1.
go.
That's -1. You said no opinions, and you pulled one out. Hey,
it's
you
not
said
an opinion.
Not me.
It's not an
you
opinion.
Said it.
It's not
I
an
didn't
opinion.
say it.
Not an
you
opinion.
set up the rules.
That's a fact.
You broke your own
That's
rule in
a
the
fact.
first.
That's a fact. That's a fact. It's a fact.
Ahead.
So again, you have to play 22 years. You gotta earn that shit. You gotta put your body through rigorous fucking training, and to be able to dominate for that much longer. I mean, that's one point, right? But let's keep talking about it, because a lot of people want to talk about Michael Jordan's 32,292 points. I just want to let y'all know. I just want no. This is my first. This is my first, Joe. This is my first. And mind you, when you go, I'm gonna cut you off like fuck too, because you cannot. You suck at debating. You debate like a child.
Your own rule. That's why I have to talk.
No, I didn't. So again,
you said no opinions, and you threw an opinion.
So again,
you're like, these guys don't play ball. Come on, man. You're better than that.
So again, okay. Let me know when you're done.
All right, I'll let you talk. Here, go ahead.
Okay.
I'll
Please
mute.
shut the fuck up. Please do. Jill, can you keep this kid on mute? So, anywho, Michael Jordan's all-time points, right? 32,292. When LeBron James got to 32,292, do you casuals out there realize that he did it on 1,200 less shot attempts than Michael Jordan? Do you fucking casuals realize that shit? No, you don't, because you guys are fucking captivated by your childhood with Michael Jordan. But let me keep going. You want to talk about playoff scoring, right? Let's talk. Oh, look at Joe looking up some facts here. But you should have did that before the show, Joe. Too late now, baby boy. You're getting cooked. But let's talk about playoff scoring, because that's what matters, right? You guys talk about, it matters in playoffs. Okay, well, in the playoffs, LeBron James leads all players in playoff scoring with 8,162. Michael Jordan is in second. Great job, but still behind LeBron James, and like 3,000 behind LeBron James. But let's talk about other parts of the game, because scoring is just one facet of the game, right? Let's talk about the game in its totality, right? LeBron James has more assists, has more rebounds, and mind you, he has like almost double the amount of assists that Michael Jordan had. Michael Jordan has 5,633 assists. LeBron James has over 11,000, and also on the rebound side as well too. Michael Jordan doesn't even have 7,000, right? So that's on that. Again, we're just the fucking crevice of the argument, right? We're looking at an overall basketball player. Scoring is not everything. So right now, LeBron James is beating him out in scoring, in rebounding, and in assists. Okay. But let's continue, right? Let's continue let's look at triple doubles. LeBron in his career has over 100 triple doubles. Michael Jordan in his GOAT illustrious career only had 28 triple doubles. And if you cannot look at the fact and the stats and say, damn, that right there, it proves and shows that LeBron is affecting more parts of the game than Michael Jordan is. Not only when you look at the total assist number, when you look at the rebound number, when you look at the triple double number. But let's talk about efficiency, because earlier I think No Joker was in the chat. My boy No Joker, he said efficiency matters, and damn right it matters. So let's look at efficiency, because in field goal percentage, LeBron James is shooting 50.6 field goal percentage. Michael Jordan 49.7. Great. But under LeBron James. Let's look at effective field goal percentage, which I already know James Hex and Joe and all you fucking casuals out there, you don't even know what that is. But let's talk about it. LeBron James, 54.6 an effective field goal percentage. Michael Jordan, 50. You want to look at you? Let's continue. No, don't cut me off now, Joe. I'll let you know when you can go. Let's look at true shooting percentage, which I'm sure that James Hex is in a world that's probably never even heard of this. A true shooting percentage for you casuals out there that don't know. It also includes 3-pointers and free throws. LeBron James, 58.8. Michael Jordan, 56.9. So in all three of those efficient categories, LeBron James is beating him out. I have let me see, 2, 3. I have 3 more points I'm gonna get to. But before I get to it, do you have any response to the stats and to the rebuttal of the all-around stats, not just the scoring, but also the assists, also the rebounding, also the triple doubles, also the effectiveness on both in field goal and true shooting percentage as well. So, and again, you cannot come at me with an opinion. You can only come at me with stats. I gave you all stats and I gave you all facts. You're on mute.
No, he's not. He's not on mute. He's just doing that on his own.
Well, I can't see his thing because that little thing in the bottom.
Now he just unmuted himself.
Okay, all right. Well, then if he doesn't want to go because he knows he's getting fucking cooked and he has no response for that shit.
You're talking about stats.
Oh, he didn't turn on his mic. I haven't heard
you say one thing about winning.
Nigga,
what is the most important part of being the greatest in this game, in any sport?
I asked you if you had a rebuttal.
Finish. You just asked me a question.
Because you didn't fucking rebuttal none of the points.
All you've shown me is stats.
Yes, and
stats, winning. You haven't talked about winning once.
I'm talking about being an all-around fucking
player. All around. Who gives a shit about all around? I'm talking about winning the total package.
This nigga just said, "Who gives a shit about all-around player?" That's how you know.
What difference does it make? Okay, so he's getting 10 assists a game and then gets cooked in 6 finals. What does that have to do with anything?
So perfect. You just transitioned me to my next point. Let's talk about the competition and eras then, right? Because you clearly have no response to all those
responses.
No, you have.
I got a lot of responses. You know what my response is? David Robinson, Hakeem Olajuwon, Alonzo Mourning, Shaquille O'Neal, Patrick Ewing, Dikembe Mutombo, Charles Barkley, Karl Malone, John Stockton. When you talk about your stats, Malone had a lot of stats, played 19 years. You had John Stockton who played 19. I'm sorry. Malone played 18 years. Stockton played 19 years, has the steals record, he has the assist record, and no one's going to touch those records. Are you going to make him the best fucking player on the planet?
Like how you cut me off. I'm going to cut you off like how you cut me off. So you want to talk about competition. Okay, let's talk
Didn't this guy just ask me the question?
Well, you cut me off, so I'm gonna cut you off, right? Okay, so if you didn't want to get cut off, you shouldn't have cut me off. So let's talk about, you want to talk about competition level, right? LeBron James had to go up against the team that beat Michael Jordan's 73-9 record. They beat their record, and mind you,
they lost.
No, LeBron James won, you fucking idiot.
No, LeBron James won. Your 73-9 team that was the greatest lost.
No. Yeah,
they were
LeBron James. Thanks for proving my fucking
They were down 3-1 against the Thunder.
You imbecile. You just
I'm not an imbecile. You are toast.
You just proved my point.
You're getting toasted right now.
You're getting toasted.
6
you just proved my point.
NBA
you just
titles
proved my point.
out of 6.
Proved my point. You just proved my point. So again, let me continue.
Finals MVPs.
You want to talk about competition level? LeBron James had to go up against a team that beat your Michael Jordan's little team's record. That Warriors team,
the Golden State Warriors have nothing to do with the '96 Bulls. And if you're basing this off of one regular season game,
I have more to get to.
Basing it off of one regular season game on a team that went down 3-1 against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Those guys choked up, and then they choked up themselves the next round.
And came back into it, and then lost to LeBron James.
Come back into it. No.
What do you mean?
Sorry.
The Warriors ended
you're
up
talking about one regular season game, and you're basing that off of all the stats. You're basing it off that same damn year.
Do you realize that LeBron James had to go up against the Warriors from 2015 to 2018, and in that year there was 4 Hall of Famers. There was Tim Duncan and the San Antonio Spurs, who also had 4 Hall of Famers. There was Kevin Durant. There was Russell Westbrook. There was James Harden. There was all these fucking players. You want to talk about
James Harden played like a tulip in those games, by the way.
Oh my God! Here you go. You pick one little thing to nitpick, but you didn't talk about.
You're telling me they're great players, but they choked.
I told you Tim Duncan, you fucking imbecile. I told
Tim
you
Duncan. What? You're supposed to be LeBron James. You're supposed to beat a guy that's been in the league for 16 years.
Okay, let's talk about.
Ass whooped by Tim Duncan.
You're Michael Jordan.
You never won
without Scotty. You never won
without
Scotty.
Up in game 2.
You never won without Scotty.
When did Jordan ever cramp up?
You're LeBron James and never won
without the goddamn food poisoning and cleaned them out in game 5 in '97.
And fucking suck that. You can't win without Scottie Pippen.
You got smoked. He got smoked by JJ Barea. Scored 8 points in a game, in a finals game. MJ averaged 33 in the playoffs.
You can't win without
number one.
Shit, LeBron
number
James
one never came up short in the playoffs. Never.
Because there was
Dropped
no
69. You want to talk about talent? Dropped 69 in the Garden. In the Garden against arguably the best 80s team in the Celtics in '86.
The 80s team wouldn't beat the Oklahoma City Thunder now, Joe. Get fucking real, Joe. The best teams in 80s couldn't
ran too.
Their legs.
Didn't run the Miami. Didn't run the Miami to go play with a better team. He sucked it out. Six MVPs.
Because Scottie Pippen had to help him.
The year in '88.
You don't talk about the fact
1989, 32, 8, and 8.
He was getting his ass kicked by Detroit. You
First player ever, 200 steals and 100 blocks. 100 blocks for a freaking guard.
You don't talk about the fact that he couldn't win without Scottie Pippen. You don't talk about the fact that Michael Jordan.
It's a team game. No one can win without help.
But LeBron James was doing it. He took Jordan Clarkson and George Hill's weak ass and fucking went to the finals.
No one gives a shit about going to the finals.
But he won that bitch though. You see, you just don't know.
He had talent on that team in 2016.
You mean
you have 1 year.
You mean
1 year.
When Kyrie was out because he broke his toe, Kevin Love was out because he had tore his rotator cuff. Oh, okay, yeah, you're right.
Like
all that talent. When it was fucking J.R. Smith. You know what's an excuse? The fact that Michael Jordan could never win without Scottie Pippen. LeBron James was doing it with fucking Jordan Clarkson.
Well, it's because he's jumping teams. Of course, he's not gonna. No, you're not gonna know that.
No,
Michael Jordan played with one team up until the last couple of years.
Okay, so let's continue. Let's keep talking about the fact that LeBron. I mean, it's clearly a fact LeBron had to face tougher competition, and even despite that,
LeBron came up short too many times in the end of games to be the GOAT. I'm sorry, there's no way to argue against that.
Wins. Still had more playoff wins. No, there is. It's stats and facts, and you don't.
No, there is no stats and facts. We're talking impact. Impact is not there.
Let's continue to.
You never worried about Michael Jordan at the free throw line at the end of games. You worry about it with LeBron James.
Let's continue to talk about playoff scoring. So LeBron James, like I mentioned, is not only 3.
LeBron James had Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade, by the way.
Let's talk about carrying team, right? Let's talk about a supporting cast. Again, Michael Jordan never won a finals without Scottie Pippen.
I thought this was Jordan versus LeBron.
LeBron James scared. Yeah, you're right, but it's a fact that he needed Scottie Pippen. While LeBron James carried weak ass Cavs teams.
Michael never had a bad series when it mattered. He never did. LeBron had many.
So let's talk again. You have no facts. You're just saying this.
No, it's not facts.
You're not bringing up any numbers. No.
Visuals.
Bring numbers to the table or shut the fuck up.
Visuals that you didn't see.
No,
visuals that you weren't allowed to see.
Here you go. Here it goes.
You weren't watching it live. You didn't feel the impact at the time.
You're captivated.
Imagine the pressure. The amount of pressure. How much more pressure does someone like Michael have?
You're captivated.
30-0 in international basketball.
You're Joe. I'm sorry to tell you. Joe.
Championship games.
You just missed your childhood.
6-0 in NBA championship games.
You must not like your current life because you missed your childhood because you're captivated by what you've seen when Michael Jordan was a child. No. And you refuse to let
Michael
it go.
never failed in the big game, and I'm not just talking about the NBA.
We're going to continue. We're going to go ahead and continue here. So in today's NBA, we see that international talent is not only skying high and way better than what it was back then, but also just skill development as a whole. I mean, the NBA nowadays.
Listen, I'm not here for a dissertation, okay? There's no planet. There's no planet.
There is. Okay, so we're going to continue.
Will ever say that LeBron is better than Michael. There's nothing you can say.
There's a lot. There's no
stats.
I'm giving you numbers and stats and facts, and you are running away from it.
No.
And all you're saying is, "Oh, you weren't there."
No, you're getting cooked, and the audience is telling you the truth right now. You need to read it.
You're
getting cooked. You got nothing. I haven't even brought out everything either.
Joe, because you haven't brought out shit. You haven't brought out a single fact. You said is,
I brought up plenty.
I'm captivated. That's all you're saying.
You think my stats are irrelevant? Okay, you're talking about stats that you don't want to listen to.
What do you? No, you don't want to listen to the facts.
No,
I just gave you all around stats: rebounding, points, assists, playoff scoring.
No, I'd rather have 10 scoring titles.
Those are things that matter.
Points leader.
Those are things that matters. He's not a points leader. Oh, you're wrong. You're wrong. He's not the points leader. You're wrong.
Will you shut the fuck up and listen to what I'm saying? I said per points leader.
You didn't shut the fuck up, you fucking idiot. So let's keep going.
See, that's how you hit a nerve, hit a target, guys. You just got it right there.
You didn't hit a nerve.
Points per game. That's all that matters.
What about all time? What about playoff?
Who gives a shit? Too many duds. Too many duds in the playoffs, bud.
I'm gonna let y'all know
he was favored in the 2011 finals. Came up lame.
Joe,
he was favored in the 2014 finals.
Came up lame. If you're saying who gives a shit about all around game, you've never done anything.
All around game for what? It doesn't matter if he has a good all around game. Magic Johnson had a good all around game too. But you're not going to say Magic is better than Michael.
Not nearly as good as LeBron. But let's continue. No.
Sorry.
Yes.
You're cooked. You got cooked, and the audience is already saying you got cooked.
No, you've gotten cooked, and you're going to continue to get cooked.
You can go into your own booth and say that, but you're wrong. You got cooked tonight.
You have no stats.
I didn't turn anything on either, by the way.
You have no stats to back up anything that you say. You have no stats for anything that you say.
I have all the stats.
No, you don't. You haven't listed one thing. You haven't debunked first point. Even from my first, Joe, I'm not going to stop talking because you're not going to stop talking either. So you haven't debunked anything from my first point. I gave you all those points.
Your points don't matter.
It does matter.
No, they don't.
How effective you are on the court matters.
No, you don't. Winning matters.
No, how effective you are on the court matters.
Winning matters.
You're right. And guess what? Michael Jordan was on the best team, and that's why he was able to win.
Because he was the best player.
Had to go up against the best team. LeBron James had to go up against the best team. But
because he's the best player.
Let's continue, you dumbass. Let's continue. Let's talk about LeBron and his versatility and just positionless.
I don't give a shit about his versatility.
Exactly. You don't because you don't know basketball. You don't know basketball. You don't know basketball if you don't think
no basketball
matters. No, you don't. You definitely
I know basketball.
If you're saying that all around stats don't matter and versatility don't matter, you don't know basketball. I'm going to be real with you right now, Joe. But
first of all, Bill Russell played in a league that had 8 teams.
LeBron James
played in a league that had 29 teams.
Who brought up Bill Russell? Nobody.
You guys really need to understand how this works.
Nobody bought up Bill Russell.
Context matters.
Nobody bought it. Exactly. And if you are going to talk about winning, then yeah, you're right. To what everybody was saying, Bill Russell was the greatest player of all time. There's your little point.
No, he's not.
You idiot. But to your logic, right? It's about winning.
No, that's not what I said.
That's what you said. No, don't walk it back now, you little idiot.
I never say that. You fucking call me a name again, I'm gonna fucking punch you the next time I see you. Don't fucking call me an idiot.
You're not. I'm gonna call you exactly what.
Oh no, I will. Don't call me an idiot. I'm not an idiot. You're fucking up here. You're getting cooked.
Idiot. You're getting cooked.
No, you already got cooked like 10 minutes ago. You lost this argument.
When you couldn't debunk any of the facts that I have, you were done for, Joe.
No, you're done.
Stats and facts. You had nothing. All you talk about is winning. Then Bill Russell's the GOAT. To your logic, right? Okay.
Winning the way Michael won. Yeah. I didn't see.
Bill Russell's the GOAT.
I didn't see. Bill Russell had 4 Hall of Famers on his team with only 8 teams in the league.
And Michael Jordan. Guess what? And LeBron James had to go up against a team full of 4 Hall of Famers.
Hall of Famers.
Let's continue. And
what happened in 2014 when who was he playing against then?
And that's just from 2015, 2018. Let's not even talk about the
3 geezers and Kawhi Leonard,
who also had 4 Hall of Famers. But let's continue.
What about Jason Terry? How about that? Was that a formidable opponent in 2011?
Let's keep talking. Okay.
Tyson Chandler was a formidable opponent in 2011.
Does your dumbass know he
won? Pull that shit out. You're up 2-1 and you still lose.
Does your dumbass know that he won Defensive Player that year, Tyson Chandler?
No, he won the following year. Get your shit together. That's another thing you got wrong. He won in 2012. He didn't win in 2011.
Just like you got yours wrong.
John, you lost, dude. Just give up.
No, you lost already, bro.
Dude, you lost when you start calling me names. That's how you know.
No. You haven't said any fact, Joe. You started calling names, so that's.
There is no facts in this case.
Yeah, you have no facts. You're right.
There's results.
Thank you for proving.
I win by the results.
No, then Bill Russell's the GOAT.
No, he's not. No,
to your logic. Your logic is the GOAT. To your logic, exactly. You have no stats and you have no facts.
Even now, I pick Michael over Bill Russell.
I've given you facts.
That's out there, by the way.
You have nothing in response. I've
Right
given you
out
stats.
back, pick Michael Jordan over Bill Russell.
I've given
Right
you
out
stats
back.
and I've given you facts. I've given you stats and I've given you facts, and you haven't given me anything. So let's continue though.
No, you lost.
Yeah, I have.
It's over.
No, you've already
Gerald,
lost. Okay,
Are
cool.
we done here? Because I'm not going to sit here.
Yeah,
this bullshit.
because you're getting fucking cooked and you have nothing to say. So
you got destroyed 10 minutes ago, dude. You were done.
You have no stats. My first point, you haven't even got past that because you have no response.
You're just
to it.
blabbering
You
now.
have no response to it. So let's
no.
continue.
I don't. I had plenty of responses, and
you had no response. You had no response that had actual validity to it. No,
the validity is Michael Jordan was the guy.
Nothing that you said had any
series.
To it. Nothing that you said had any validity to it.
No one worried about him in the clutch.
Playmaking.
No one worried about him at the free throw line.
Jordan wasn't nearly half.
You want to throw stats in there? I'll run down the stats for you. Okay, 10 scoring titles.
Wasn't nearly
he was
half
defensive player of the year, 1988.
Michael Jordan wasn't nearly half the playmaker. LeBron James has more assists, has more rebounds.
He was a 10-time first-team All-NBA player. He was a 9-time All-NBA defensive
you realize
player.
That LeBron James has more buzzer beaters.
He's the greatest two-way player that's ever lived.
I'm sure he didn't.
He was an impact
but he
globally.
Scottie Pippen to go guard the other team's best defender. But he needed Scottie Pippen to go guard the other team's best defender. That's how I know you're cooked, nigga.
A little louder than this, whatever the hell this is that he's yapping about. I'm not even at this point.
You just got cooked on your own shit.
Oh, so again, 6 titles, 6 finals MVPs, never lost the big game, never lost the Olympics, never lost in college, winning the big games.
Go to your college.
How much more success can this guy get?
LeBron didn't have to go to college. So again, let's continue to talk about because the stats you couldn't
keep it simple. You made it complicated. This shouldn't be this complicated.
It's complicated to you because you don't understand basketball.
So hey guys, can you put a poll up to see who won this argument? Gerald, put the poll up. Let's see what they said.
I'll end it right now. Okay, hold on. Yes, I'll put that poll up.
Let the audience decide.
You don't know because so give me a fact, give me a stats, and you haven't been able to do that. Let's continue to talk about the fact.
Michael has 5 MVPs. LeBron has 4, so you got him there too.
Field goal
should have won 7 though.
Game-winning shots. LeBron James has a higher field goal percentage in game-winning shots. And mind you, I'm gonna be honest with you.
LeBron will never be better than Michael.
73-9 Warriors is greater than any comeback or anything Michael Jordan's ever did.
No, Kareem is not better than Jordan.
But the last point, let's talk about the longevity.
Kareem was getting cooked by Moses Malone in '83. Left and right.
Let's talk about the longevity, man, because the longevity is just absolutely unmatched. I would hope that you know a little bit of basketball to where I don't even have.
I know a lot about basketball.
The longevity, and so let's look at this. LeBron James has surpassed Jordan in almost every single category when it comes to stats and in longevity and in versatility and in competition face. More points, more rebounds, more assists, better playmaker, better passer. Honestly,
Michael has more beaters than anyone.
Had a longer dominance. Faced tougher teams in the finals,
Michael was trusted in every game to hit the shot.
That is why LeBron James is better than Michael Jordan.
LeBron ran away from the last shot.
Facts. You have not gave me.
You're never the greatest when you run away from when it matters.
Any facts?
Never.
You have not gave me any facts. So Joe, until you can give me a fact, you have lost. Just like the court of law works.
No, you lost.
Opinions don't work.
You didn't get cooked. You got burnt.
You got cooked. You got cooked. You got put to bed, actually. So
no, that's in your brain. No, I didn't get put to bed.
No. It's in everyone's brain, brother. Until you can give stats.
As soon as you started throwing curse words, you lost.
That's what you did. You started throwing the first curse
I didn't call you names. You called me names.
Joe, I'm just telling you what you are in this instance.
No, man, you lost. It's over. You got burnt. You got cooked the first time. You got burnt now.
Joe, you didn't have a response to the stats and facts. That means
go ahead and put up the results there, G.
That means you lost.
Well, there's only 20 votes in yet. Let's just get some more votes.
Let's keep voting.
That means you lost, Gerald.
30 votes now.
What that means. That's all that means.
Well, we'll stop it. See if we can get 50 votes. How many guys are listening right now? 63.
We had 70 votes each on the first 2 polls.
Let's see if we can get it to there then, if we can.
Yes. Okay, come on, guys. Vote in the poll tonight.
Until you gave me the stats and facts, Joe, you lost, brother.
No.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, you lost. So.
No, you one-sided all the stats in your favor, and that's just all on you.
No. Don't do that. Don't run away from me now.
Assists and rebounds again, just like you did last time, and you brought up the 16th season again. You got nothing. You have nothing.
Don't run away from me now, Joe. Joe, don't run away from me now. The stats and the facts all point to LeBron.
You have nothing.
Look at all-around player.
You got nothing.
So that's simple as that, Joe. It's as simple as that, brother. Until you can give me stats and facts, you lost. So Ain't nothing that none of your little cheerleaders can tell you to save you either.
Oh no, he's setting up. He's setting up for when he loses.
No. I'm just letting you know. There's nothing that your little cheerleaders can tell you unless you have stats and facts. You lost.
It's not
and
cheerleaders,
I gave you
man.
Stats and facts. No, it's
Michael Jeffrey Jordan is the greatest basketball player that ever lived. Better than Mike. Better than LeBron. Better than Kobe. Better than Kareem. Better than Wilt. Better than Russell, because
he's not. So
he was.
So to you guys, right? To your point, then clearly Bill Russell's the GOAT because you're going to talk about winning. So
no, he's not going to bring that up, sports baby. He's only going to bring up the stats that he thinks matters, not the stats that matter. The stats that matter always have a combination of winning and performance, and you, my friend, don't have that. You don't know what that is. Number one, you weren't there to see it, to feel it live. That doesn't help your cause. I've seen both sides. I've seen it when it mattered on both sides. You have seen one side.
You are not.
All you have is internet and YouTube to base your opinion on someone else that you never saw play.
You are not.
So you've excluded yourself out of this discussion. Not only from that standpoint, but from the fact that I cooked your ass the first time and now you got burned.
No, you didn't, Joe. Unless you can give stats and facts, you can't win. It's like the court of law. You got to go off something real. You have nothing real here. You have just I was captivated.
You say that, but that's not that has nothing to do with anything.
The court of law. No, the court of law.
You said that,
Joe. This works like the court of law. Unless you have stats, unless you have facts that you can back up, like with numbers, like I did with the scoring, with the rebound, with the efficient field goal percentage, with the true shooting percentage.
Yeah, talk about why LeBron isn't scared to have the ball at the end of games. Talk about that more.
Talk about what I asked you.
Why he cringes at the free throw line. You can't be the greatest of all time when you cringe at the end.
Talk about what I asked you.
Why don't you talk about that? What does that have to do with assists and rebounds? He's getting
because
he's getting half.
He's getting
half
all
his
around
stats.
player. The point was being an all around player. The point was being an all around player.
He's getting half his stats in an era where the East was trash.
The point of being an all around player, and then he went to the West and then dominated that. So
are you listening?
Bro. There's another
all those stats that you're talking about in the worst era of the conference.
Worst? Oh my God!
The Eastern Conference the last 25 years is trash.
The NBA as a whole is better than what the NBA was.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's spoken like a true millennial.
Competition level is up, Joe.
Or Gen Z, or whatever the hell you are.
Competition level is up. So
what do we got? What do we got, G?
That's that, Joe.
Right now,
I mean, the stats and the facts say it. So
no.
That give it to Joe. You haven't responded to the stat in a fact. No. It's you can look on ESPN, NBA.com, Basketball Reference, all those. You'll find all those, brother. So go ahead and look at the stats and the facts.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Zach, I don't. Again, Zach, please don't use the privileges of mod in that way. If people are giving just fair opinions on what they think,
what does Zach do?
With the I'll talk to you about it later. It's not a big deal. But yeah,
hey, okay, hold on. I gotta say this. Listen, I'm gonna make this very clear. This is Gerald's show, but stop fucking with people's posts. Seriously,
unless they're really legit.
If it's a racist comment or something stupid like that, yes. But if people have different opinions, and even if they're being assholes, stop fucking banning them. Seriously. You're all pissing me off. We're not here to censor people for being assholes. What ends up happening is those guys start being assholes. We start calling them out. Then they start settling down. Okay? Just because you don't want something, you don't want to hear something, you start freaking censoring shit. That's how that shit starts. We are not that kind of show. We're not pussies on this show.
And as far as our chat is concerned, please. Hold on. Let me just say this. I know that it got a little heated between these two guys. I wish you guys wouldn't have gone into the personal attacks. Please, in the chat, do not go after each other with personal attacks. It is not warranted. It is not wanted. I will have the final say on that. And if I have to ban people over it, I will do so. But I would rather you just express your opinion without going and attacking someone else. And I'm just going to leave it at that.
Yeah.
Which
is why we can go at it like this and then still be in the same group chat. And then I'll see him here in a day on Wednesday when we have the post game and the playback.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, thanks for coming, Joe, and thanks for losing, Joe.
Show him the results, G.
All right. Well, with the vote that happened Right now, I'm going to end it right now at 43 votes. Joe Soro is 60%. John Costa is 40%.
Well, the stats and the facts give it to you, baby. If you can't back up the stats and the facts with numbers and stats and facts, then there's no debate here. There's no debate here. So yeah, that's as simple as that, man.
Let's just not get it personal, guys. Let's just not get it personal. If you guys
What was
have
going on? I don't know
opinion,
what happened in the chat.
I don't know. I honestly
they're getting personal against each other, but you guys were getting personal against each other too.
Was Mark crapping on SB again?
No, Div X-Ray. Yeah, again,
Div,
just got to calm down.
Hey, bro, Div, don't worry, man. We're good, man. It's okay. Thanks for having my back, by the way.
To be honest with you, I had the chat blocked here because I knew there would be casuals in the chat like James Hex, who doesn't know basketball clearly. So that's why I had it blocked. But I'm just now seeing it. That's a crazy amount of stuff.
We love our audience here. We even love the ones that are.
We love everyone that's here. We love everyone that's here. Even the James Hexes that need to learn the game of hoops.
By the way,
I'm just going to say this: if you guys have an issue with another person in the chat, if you cannot respectfully resolve it, please let me know. LakersFastBreak@yahoo.com, and I will intervene and ask you guys to go ahead and try and work this stuff out. Because if these two can work it out, you guys in the chat certainly can.
Look, I'm gonna tell everybody in the chat something, man. When I was a child, all of my friends, when we didn't see something eye to eye, you know what you do? Put boxing gloves, get it on real quick, boom, 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 then shake hands like how you did. You just move on. So I don't know, guys. I mean, if you guys never,
and I'll tell you what,
maybe you guys grew up.
If you guys have the questions that you all want to drop, because so many of you want to drop them about LeBron, about Jordan, who's better, etc. You guys did a great job of putting the comments on the first video that we did. Go ahead and put it below this video after the show's over, and Joe and John will get to it as far as getting your responses to you back and forth like they did on the previous video as well. So Joe, John, it was great to have you guys air it out. I truly
been a great day, by the way.
You're doing. Yes.
Nothing like watching the Lakers and the Dodgers simultaneously beat their opponents. The Dodgers looked absolutely phenomenal tonight. Had to put on the Dodger gear because man, they're straight up just, at this point, they're just gangsters. They didn't even have Freddie Freeman tonight. Freddie Freeman, I guess, hurt himself. Here it is, surgically repaired ankle, getting out of the shower. So, yeah, Aaron, I'll probably have a show after the show for about 30 minutes, just so I can talk a little bit about the Dodgers. So,
well, go ahead and prepare that then, because we're going to close it on out here. I think you guys need to catch your breath. Again, it's John Costa, Clutch Talk at Lakers Corner. Before we head on out, Joe, you run a channel, and John, you run 2 channels. Go ahead. You guys got to give a plug for those great channels. John, I'll start with you first. What are you running, and what are you going to have on your awesome channels coming up in the not too distant future?
Yes, sir, man. Check me out. Lakers Corner. I do 3-minute game recaps. On every single game, I do a video where I go into more depth of like the breakdown of the game and like what I saw, some film breakdown. Then I also have Clutch Talk as well. That's just like a channel where I talk about the league as a whole. And please do check out my Instagram for Lakers Corner and TikTok. I am at 7,000 followers, man. So keep going, keep supporting. Appreciate y'all. All you had to have supported me on there. It's Lakers Corner 24, and Instagram. It is Lakers_corner. I just hit 2,000 followers on there. So please do support. But besides that, man, great chat room as always, even though there are many casuals out there that refuse to look at stats and facts like James Hex, but it's okay because at the same time, you're still here, and that's what we appreciate. So check me out. I'm about to go to this 3-minute game recap. Joe, great fight, brother, and I'll see you on Wednesday.
There you go. Once again, John Costa, Clutch Talk and Lakers Corner. And so you can go ahead. Are you good?
Yeah, no, you can finish out. You're good. No, you're good. You can
because I thought you were going to do your report.
I'll put a button on this before I head out.
You got it. Oh, I'll keep you on then.
Yeah. just
Oh,
keep
did you
me-
want to
you're
stay?
good, bro.
Okay, yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
the tonight's game was a mutter. That's something Jerome Bettis used to say when he would play in bad weather. This was an old school mutter, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it and enjoyed watching both the Dodgers and the Lakers play together tonight. And I felt very comfortable that they were going to win it after about right around the third quarter. I said, you know what? I think I know what they're doing now, and I think they're probably going to finish this off because it still is as good and young as Houston is. They don't really have that one guy that can just kind of take over. So that's another reason why it's going to be difficult for the Rockets to advance too far. When it comes to the NBA playoffs, it's the superstars that make a difference, and the Lakers have two of them. And I'd rather pick two guys that can do it versus no one on Houston. So we'll see if they end up running into those guys in the second round if they either flip-flop. I think I'm pretty comfortable in saying that the Lakers, should they play like they played tonight and not have any major injuries, I see either Houston or the Lakers flip-flopping the 2 and 3, however that plays out. So that's the button I have on tonight, and I will see you guys on the other side in terms of my show, and we'll talk.
Which is
more
where?
about, which is the Joe Soro experiment on YouTube.
There you
I
go.
need to send them a
No,
link.
2-0 John Jay.
Hold on, let me send everybody the link.
Yes, please do so before we head on out. It is the Joe Soro experiment, and then along with John Costa's Clutch Talk and Lakers Corner, please like and subscribe. Go ahead and support all these great channels. Again, these two will get along after this show. I'm hoping you guys will get along after this show as well. In the chat, got heated. I let it go because the fact is they needed time to go ahead and let it go. So yes, no shade, no need for a mediator. They were doing just fine. If I needed to mediate and step in, I would have stepped in, but they handled it. They were good. Joe and John were good. Yes, they both
We're good,
share their
guys.
sides.
For the
Yes,
fact that
and
people think that we're not good is just crazy, guys. Like, come on, man.
Well,
Like,
well,
makes it-
they
makes-
wanted. There's no reason to step in. There was no reason to step in. Just let you guys air it out. You guys
Yeah,
wanted to
but
let them
come
air
on,
it
man.
out. You can't have it both ways. You can't. Well, I want you to mediate, Gerald. No. You either let them air it out like you ask, or do you want something? You can't have a structured, okay, back and forth like it's a school debate in high school. This is the two guys airing their side face to face virtually, as best we can do right now in the world we have. So there you go. And they're still
That's all you can
friends
do, baby.
even after this. Yeah. So
Of course.
all
That's all you
right.
can do, baby.
So
But
so with that, go ahead, John.
no, I was just gonna say, but that's that. And until the James Hexes of the world can learn about the analytics and what matters, I hope you guys have a good night.
It's 104-98. The Lakers win over Houston. We'll be back tomorrow, or at least I'll be back tomorrow, while these guys may be doing some stuff for their channels as well. Going to go ahead and make sure you got coverage. As we only can give it to you on the Lakers right here at the Lakers Fast Break and Debate Center podcast.
There we go.
My link
great
is
show.
not, for some reason, is not working. I don't know if I'm pushing the wrong one.